Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda here of Zyke, Defender of the Fatherland, of Hito 2v2 on, you guessed it, it is Faymonville Approach. Northwest, it is Lisan, Gaib, fighting here for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, here with the 1st Armoured Division and Canadian Shock. In the southeast, it is Redxwings, Riders to Wings, here with the Triple Panzer Pioneer start. No Gaib yet, but he is fighting here with the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division, advancing steadily for das Vaterland. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast. Big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on the videos, supplemented with YouTube algorithms, and of course keeps the cat from biting off my fingers. And finally, a big thanks to Mr. Edelman and his donation to the Propagandacast, most appreciated. So, we're setting off in the right directions here. Of course, Redxwings getting a bit more sort of early capture power in there, but in a less easily countered by Dingo manner. And also last one for some during the, at some point to lay down a lot of mines, go for a lot of grenade launches. There's a certain amount of flexibility to this kind of opening here. Following up with the 250 half-track for his Panzer Pioneer. Got the Dingo out there for Lisan Gaib. That's the British. You typically do want an early Dingo against DAK, partly to shut down any early bites, but it also helps against early 250 half-tracks. And other sort of lighter vehicles there's in the flak feeling. So, with the 250 half-track, of course, the Dingo is going to prove to be very critical here for Lisan Gaib, as otherwise he would struggle a lot versus that 250 half-track. So there you go, lighter Schützenpanzerwagen here on the move for Redxwings. Dingo racing and Saps engaged with the 250 half-track. Panzer Pioneer withdrawing into heavy cover. Dingo engaging there, getting some shots with the Spren gun. Certainly a heated few first moments here of the match. Sections following up. They've got another 250 half-track Redxwings. Going double 250 is actually a bit rarer there out of the DAK here in the early game, so thumbs up to Redxwings. On side note, 250 half-tracks are actually the full number required to mechanize an entire squad of Panzer Grenadiers or other units running along into them. So technically, most of the time they've been on this Aufklärer. But little fun fact about the 250 half-track. Typically they're part of a Panzer Division's reconnaissance, regiment. But sometimes if they couldn't get 250 on half-tracks, they would get 250 half-tracks instead. So, double 250s there out of Redxwings. Section moving in the middle, the Enfield's punt engagement, cannot take case, half-track moving in. Second half-track also moving in. We'll have to see if he goes for the combat half-tracks upgrade or what he does, but there you go. Got the light support company up here, so could very well go for it. A machine fire down the section, another section moving there for the Sun and the British Empire in the face of the double 250 half-track. Dingo cheating veterans one here. Even as the half-tracks lay down some pretty heavy fire there with the machine and Gewehren. Getting some good damage in there. Holding up the ditches. Section sappers in there. And we are in fact getting combat half-tracks, so we might be looking at a potential double 250. There you go. Got one of the 250 half-tracks here. Again, Dingoes, in that sense, can be quite nasty. You shouldn't underestimate them. But we do have the other half-track, that's just one still. Does put a bit of dent into Redxwings' plan. Probably got a bit too aggressive. Well, he did get a bit too aggressive. Should have withdrawn a bit faster. South side, Southwest Panzer Pioneer. Southern fuel point into the hands of the British Empire.
Upgrade complete, Commandant.
There you go. Combat half-tracks upgrade there, ready, and going for the 250-9. Which is the armoured car version of the 250 half-track. Another fun fact about that is actually after a certain point in the war, they actually stopped producing 222s and instead we focused primarily on the 250-9. There's this autocannon version of 250 half-track. In fact, they'd even go so far at some point they'd stop producing 250 half-tracks entirely, and instead the reconnaissance units would also receive 251s. So, sort of one of those ways where, they're trying to, shall we say, optimize production lines, I think. So, half-track there being rushed by the Dingo. Almost got the 250 upgrade. There we go. Autocannon equipped, package machine ready. Good chance of taking out the Dingo here. Definitely caught this under a bit off guard. Could call in some Canadians, and there you go. Dingo, ding-gone. We did it, Jürgen! We did it! We smashed the tiny British armoured car!
Our gunners
And
shall
straight
show
for the
the enemy
mechanized
meaning of
company. So Redxwings
precision.
has got some plans in mind. The armored support here with the correct machine gun buff, I believe. Humber armored car for Lisan, grabbing the field point here. Section on the cutter point. We got Panzer Pioneer counterattack here. A lot of fighting here. Across a variety of points. Of course, we'll need to fix up the 250-9.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
Attack almost done. And up north here, we got Panzer Pioneer sappers closing in swiftly. Got the incendiary grenade upgrade, alongside, of course, the Canadians and the
A capture
Canadian
point is
healing.
being taken from us.
Also worth noting, the 250 half-track is already a veteran T2, so 250-9, so not far away from veteran T3 either. In the center, Humber encountering the Panzer Pioneer. I imagine Redxwings' plan is to go for the Archdart here, at least initially.
We have half-track support field and ready
But for
for
now,
deployment.
got Panzer's out. Kind of calls upgrade that with a 250-9 upgrade as well. Though whether or not he commits that is, of course, an entirely different subject matter. But he definitely could get away with it.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Looking ahead here. 168 was 162. And now got upgrading the second one to the 250-9 as well. They're getting blasted a bit here by the 250 half-track. Panzer Pioneer on some move.
Our capture point is being neutralized by
They're
the
already heavily
enemy.
damaged due to the Humber, causing a lot of damage. Panzer is popping in with that Panzer Büchse. Lisan so far applying good map pressure against Redxwings, making it difficult for Redxwings to maintain like good map control here. Also, these Panzer Pioneers, I think, need to be very careful with the Humber about here. Lisan couldn't feel like rush them down and possibly wipe them out there. Like, there's nothing up here for someone that covers like against that, so definitely a bit risky. He's heavily reliant on Lisan being more focused on the armored cars. They're getting great hits from the Panzers. We do get Canadians with the Piet on the move here. For Lisan, section taking massive casualties from the 250-9s. Canadians pulling forwards here.
Survival improvements and smoke
And
canisters
there
are
go
being
Archdart
requested
on
for
the way for
vehicles.
Redxwings, going heavy on the armored cars here, clearly representing the Aufklärungsabteilung of the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division, which really wouldn't have received these armored half-tracks unless they got lucky, I guess, or found some. They would like to have to make do with Kugelwagens or Schwimmwagens, amongst other things, for their Aufklärer. Another such vehicle there goes southward, get wiped out here.
Survival packages for Panzer crews have arrived.
A desperate attempt is setting up to throw down the smoke, but it's just a bit too late. Quickly, Nigel! The smoke! The smoke! The Germans! The Jerrys! Oh, great work, Nigel. Too late. And you wasted the smoke. So there you go, Archdart out, the 230 Sonderkraftfahrzeugwagen, which of course were later replaced by the 234. Of course, that's all variations, including, of course, the more infamous Puma. Got the second Humber almost done here. A little fun fact, there's actually versions of the armoured car like this one that actually had a Sturm, that was, in this case, known as the 233. There's actually one they apparently have in the files, at least, you know, the company who made the models for Relic actually, like, got it and sort of showed it off, so, yeah, theoretically we could get that as well there. Basically be like a very mobile Sturm D, but of course, less tanky.
Commandant, we have
Under the
command
roaming
points
about here,
available to us.
254 there for Redxwings. And his very aggressive reconnaissance company play here. And we got light vehicle training here at Lisan Gaib in response to the Germans' light vehicles. Definitely not quite common to see these kind of like, you know, armoured car battles, so that's quite interesting.
Our victory point
It's
is
certainly
being
a bit
neutralized by
besides the
enemy.
usual. So thumbs up here. Quick minds here to help, of course, try to hold up the opponent's Humbers.
Victory point under
And we got
enemy
the
control.
254 out there.
Vehicle crews have been trained to recognize enemy vehicle silhouettes at great distances.
Oh wow, tank spotting ability there. You really don't see that one a lot. The point I can't remember when I last saw it. Must at least been a year.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Maybe even longer than that. Probably. But yeah, that's just something.
Victory point lost.
131 was 141. Dark section there, number 385 from the armoured cars. Canadians got the Humbers joining in the front here. Heavy autocannon fire smoke going down all over the place. Got this one deploying a bit of support as well. Thumbs up to Redwings. Section going for the cutoff. Even as he's squeezing Redwings' resource. We've got salute called as well here. So it's a very interesting build here out of Redwings. On up with a Armoured 3. Early model which featured a Soviet converted anti-tank gun mounted on the Czechoslovakian tank chassis.
Upgrading our equipment.
Got the armoured cars on the Arctic, they're hanging a bit back in the centre. Humbers engaging the Panzergers, quickly ripping through them before they can get off a significant amount of damage against the Humbers. Up north section routed. The patrol is underway. And in fact, typically 2 armoured cars make up a patrol, and 3 patrols would make up a armoured car platoon. So, a little bit of organisational fun facts there. More samples here for Lisan Gaib. Of course, need that to help repair all of his armoured cars.
At once.
In comparison, Redwings has got like 3 Panzer Pioneer squads, as least he doesn't use them. He can fairly quickly like repair his light vehicles. There you go. Armoured 3 there at the ready. The support armaments upgrade for Redwings, so do decent is very likely. In theory, I mean, with Redwings, we could even see like a recovery half-track as well here. That certainly would be a fun thing to see. There you go, armoured car patrol pulling ahead here. Catching here some of Lisan Gaib section in the tough spot. You might, of course, want to consider more Canadians here, or may want to invest into some anti-tank routes for the sections just to help deal with all these armoured cars there out of Redwings and the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. Panzer Pioneer, they're being ripped apart. Got them out of this, going a great hit on the Humber there. Second shot, not so much greatness there. Armoured cars withdrawing again here. I'm probably trying to figure out how exactly to deal with this sort of situation that Redwings is clearly looking to create with all these armoured cars on Armada. This does, in a sense, also kind of reflect one of the, shall I say, major 3 battle groups that actually could be formed out of Panzer Division. It typically had, like, if a Panzer Division like would form Kampfgruppen, it would typically form, like, 3 typically. There'd be one, like, formed out of the armoured Panzer Grenadier elements, some of the better tank crews, and I think sort of the self-propelled artillery elements, sort of the harder hitting. You had some of the larger one with more infantry, featuring, like, you know, more of the truck-mounted Panzer Grenadiers, and, you know, some of the other armor, typically assault guns. And then finally you had like one based around the reconnaissance elements, with the featuring the Aufklärer and tank destroyers and such. And then there's the Schnellgruppe. So, another fun organizational back there. We got 350 to 441. Armored cars rolling in. We got Redwings there, using the Panzers as sort of sneaky chaps there to spot ahead. Got the armored cars heading northwards, 254 as well there. We got them out of 3 minutes position. I haven't seen what Lisan here does, but at this point, taking up and then just withdrawing the Humbers could kind of make sense if they move with tanks fast. What happens in there? Goes Saxon net hit the heavy autocannon fire. All guns blazing. 352 is 441. Panzer Pioneers routed under a scathing storm of autocannon fire and rifle fire there. British forces and Canadian forces specifically going for the centre, but expose themselves to heavy fire here out of Redwings armoured cars. Though we do have more PS being moved in. We did in fact get a second Canadian section out of Gaib. 2 thumbs up. Looking in with the Piats, going a great hit on the 250. Got the Panzers in trouble as well. They're getting ripped apart by autocannon fire, and the Canadians could see a white PX inflicted upon Redwings, and losing his Panzerjäger certainly would hurt, and he does lose them. That's going to make things a bit tougher than for Redwings to deal with the Humbers. And of course, Lisan moves on the fist, and there you go. Not only the Panzerjägers, but one of the 250 armoured cars blown apart. It's Sting below. That's Redxwings. We haven't seen yet to see the Stu D or recovery half track, and we do get the Stu D now. Thumbs up. The sun could also soon start taking up here, and he does take up. At which stage, of course, he can then withdraw the Humber armored cars if he wants to. Instead, like close the tanks a bit fast. There you go. H250-9. Definitely making it a fair bit spongy, and arguably, for me at least, perhaps a bit too spongy. At that stage, I mean, it's almost got the health of a tank, and I mean, you know, it's definitely not a tank. Definitely, I think, again, this is where, like, light vehicles can get a bit silly, is when there's, like, just way too many, like, health additions, upgrades, and veterancy. And it just, I think, for me, gets a bit too silly. Also untactful. Well, but there goes Stug, 3D there, adding the pen amount of machine and give out. Redxwings shifting the weight of his Kampfgruppe away from the Schnellgruppe ideal. More towards the Type 2 Panzergrenadier Kampfgruppe. Anyways, Humber knocked out up north there. Sections of the Stug D and the Armoured here ripping through them. Panzerpani is wiped. We can really see Lisan's really starting to inflict some heavy loss than Redxwings, and of course Redxwings already short infantry will suffer, I think, more dearly for this. Do get some smoke here. Nice of him to save it. We got the 250-9 moving in. But not enough. Loses the Panzerpani is smoke. Simply put too late. Marder moving in. Shoots, misses the Humber. A bit of an embarrassing development in there. Go Pietz on the Marder as well. Really awkward spot now for Redxwings. No real infantry was opponent with plenty of infantry and, crucially, quite a few Canadians. Can at least grab points with his armoured cars and such. But of course, help compensate a bit for that. In fact, he's got almost all the upgrades for his light vehicles at this point already. You ever have that 250 checked? Yeah, he did. Our white Canadians running, scurrying away. Redxwings committing even harder, goes for another Stug D. As Lisan has withdrawn his Humbers, as predicted, and calling in a Crusader tank instead. That's certainly where things get a bit awkward here for Redxwings. But for now, he's going to ride that Stug car. Baby.
Victory point lost.
Second Stug almost done. Marder there hanging back. Armoured car there seizing the centre victory point.
We have Flammpanzers available to rout the enemy from their
Flammpanzers for
home.
Redxwings, so I think for now some infantry doing good. Assault Grenadiers, Panzer Pioneers, Panzerjägers, just something.
Our munitions point is being neutralized by the
So of course, with this number of like vehicles and assault guns and such, I think more Panzer Pioneers initially should be prioritizing the self-repairs. It would certainly help, like, you know, getting them repaired even faster. Well, obviously up north here, though, Arctic and we got the Crusader going in here. Definitely catching Redxwings off guard. He was not anticipating the Lisan Gaib here. Go for such a bold move, though. He really should have expected him, particularly like suddenly the Humbers just kind of like just went silent. And it's typically a very good sign your opponent's already withdrawn them. It's like turn into something a bit bigger, like here the Crusader tank. Canadians pushing forwards here, trying to get close to the piers, but they're getting blasted by the Stugs. Taking some damage. Southsizing 2 guns for the Canadians here. Force the entire unit to withdraw there. We do get a recovery half check out for Redxwings. I mean, thumbs up, but I still would like to see some more infantry. That's it. This is definitely not your average DAK build. Got an enemy fed for probably help keep all these Canadians at bay. As Lisan Gaib, of course, considered go straight here for more Crusader tanks.
Repairs completed.
Armoured fixed.
A recovery vehicle is reporting at HQ.
There you go. Recovery half check out there.
MG-34 and crew standing by.
And of course, the access, the ability to repair, recover, and in a pinch, like even salvage with it. So certainly not a utility to that one recovery half track here for Redxwings. We'll have to see what the Actians are doing with it.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Canadians, Crusaders on the move here. Big push, 254 on Trover till being called in by it though, but he might lose it here. Stupid disadvantage, Crusaders going for it.
The enemy has taken
Shoots
a
at the
position.
armoured car Armada turning around. T Canadians almost wiped out, but the two narrowly survive here. And the Crusader also definitely avoids the rout of the Armada 3 here as Redwing pursues. Does get a shot off, but it whiffs on the Crusader rather magnificent. Further southeast to give us the
Ammunition
sappers.
point is being taken from us.
308 versus 362 here. I was going to try and salvage time. Okay, didn't withdraw them. At least one of them got knocked out. There's so much going on there at times. I also got two foes talking about Reconnaissance, Organisation, and Kampfgruppen, so I do apologise. But anyways, fixing up the Humber then. Germans certainly were quite keen on salvaging enemy vehicles whenever they could. There we go. Thumbs up to Redwings there. So he may want to, like, you know, actually repair it instead of just leaving it there. Yeah, Redwings building up his Aufklärungsabteilung strength here. Thumbs up to that. Another martyr there for Redwings, training there for the Lisan or Gaib's
Our
infantry.
territory is in enemy hands.
304 is 354. Still, map control wise, it is looking a bit awkward here for Redwings.
Laying mines here. Prep them.
The victory point is being taken
And we
from
got
us.
mines down.
Engines running.
Obviously, the recovery half track, Redwings can use his panzer ponies for other stuff. Now more actively than rather just in repairing
Victory point
stuff.
under enemy control.
Still think Redwings would benefit a fair bit from good infantry, but Canadians there though met with the full might with the Stoogs. Gets round with the Crusader on the flank here, looking to score some easy hits against Redwings. Maybe for office formation a bit as well there.
Enemy forces have taken our
Second
territory.
Marty joining up the first one. Sabba's doing some light reconnaissance south side here, just been coupled
Our
up with the
enemy has
Brits.
the upper hand. We have 300 points.
Got the armoured vehicle training in there for Lisan. Thumbs up here in the east side. We've got armoured cars ripping through the section. 296 was 364.
Three command points are
Decent shot there,
available.
absolutely
We have
turning
about-
Nigel
The
there
enemy
into
has claimed our
goulash.
sector.
This grand points there. Stoogs, Martyrs, Humbers on the move here.
Command posts are available. They shall lead our forces to glory.
Command takes a lock there for Redwings. Oh, Humber hits a mine. Hits a mine.
We're losing grasp of a victory point.
There you go, Crusader rushing in. Perhaps Sen's going to use the time set to get hit with the Martyrs. Tilly called in as well here. First Martyr about to get knocked up. We get some smoke called in, trying to obfuscate the line to fire the Martyrs. Thumbs up there, sharp reaction by Lisan. And there you go, Canadians ambushing the Martyr. Massive smokes enveloping most of the Redwing side of the map here. We got the recovery half check. Hard at work trying to fix up those Martyrs just in time. 271 versus 364 or 46. The gap in terms of victory points is definitely growing in between the two sides. Redwings really need to get back on the field in this regard. Obviously, some infantry I think would do him a lot of good. He's building a lot of manpower, so why not get some troops out? Some assault grenadiers, maybe just some panzer grenadiers. 254 is about to get knocked up with the Canadians, see if he's not quick to get out of there. And down it goes. Big blow there to Redwings. Meanwhile, Crusader tanks are setting up on the arc here. Martyrs rushing. Crusader's getting out of there. One Crusader knocked out. Turret sent flying into the forest, never to be seen again. As it gets dragged away by squirrels to form the throne for the new king.
Support company structure is taking enemy fire.
Seeing the Chocolate Tilly called in there by Lisan or Gaib. More Crusaders for the British Empire. Armoured cars swinging in there. More artillery fire, they're almost knocking out their Redwing Stug. We got 230 versus 46. I mean, nothing else. I would have said he could have recovered it, but yeah, he got completely wrecked, so he can't recover it. They could recover this Crusader tank. Unless he also wrecks that. Another machining gewehr there for Redwings. I mean, that's better than nothing, but I still think some actual infantry doing good here. Been using the Hubbard to grab a point. Thumbs up. There you go. Take some of the Crusader tank as well there. Right, we're just going to have quite the circus at this rate with the Humbers, Crusaders, Stooks, Martyrs, 250-9s, and Arclards. So it looks like this part of the circus is going to be put down here.
Our soldiers are falling in battle.
As a sign, Gaib is clearly not a big fan of the circus. There you go, he's got the Crusader tank now. Section straight to the MD-34 here. I'm machine trouble with the grenades being chucked. The Crusader tanks not being fixed up. And the cavalry half have got 189 to 46.
Our strategic point is being neutralized
Straight
by the
on to
enemy.
the cutoff point. They're going to use the smoke here. Further up north here. Got the 259 trouble with the Crusader tank here. Almost got his other Crusader tank finished. His Crusader tank finished, I guess. Martyrs and Stooks have good rush north. He's got the Canadian soldiers being to assist here.
250
German Crusader or Kreutzer. There we're going. As they actually had a designation for cruiser tanks.
Our point is being neutralized by
They
the
captured
enemy.
that was Kreutzer. Fancy name, so. Fun fact. Just going in, there we go, another Crusader.
The enemy has taken a
The cruiser
victory
tank there
point.
for Lisan Gaib. And the map control situation for Redxwings is really not good. Really needs to be done something as soon as like we gain control, at least some semblance of control. Got the integrated machine gun up north. These two pieces going for the south. Someone's got the mark. Machine guns blazing away there. Need to get that victory point. Center falling here to the MG-34. Just ringing the Martyrs falling up here. Almost got the Crusader tank. And we got a command tank as well there for Redxwings. Both Martyrs shoot and miss the Crusader tank. You might got more Crusader tank flanking in here. Redxwings going a bit too deep without pushing the flanks. Big mistake here, tactically by Redxwings. Guard here, Lisan Gaib descending upon him. Could do some heavy damage if he gets past the Martyrs. Canadians on pursuit here. Got the command tank moving in. Martyr down. German Crusader tank is all over the east. Martyr's about to get knocked out.
Martyr tank destroyer knocked out.
Almost at the Crusader tank there, but ultimately fell short. Ended up being a pretty good engagement there for Lisan Gaib, taking out both of Redxwings' Martyrs. Really limits what Redxwings can do to Lisan Gaib's tanks easily. And his command tank right now. If you get the Crusaders too decent, they can maybe do something. Arctard down, Crusaders diving in there. Shots bouncing all over the place.
We are taking casualties.
Got one of the Crusader tanks. Almost got the other one. Can he take it out? Oh, he loses his own Crusader tank.
The CoH3 burn.
Really trouble engagement here for Redxwings, taking so many needless losses. And the Canadian is just ready for his Stooks. Of course, he can recover them. And he's actually using that to just grab a point instead. It's a bit awkward. And he's actually just making sure to wreck the wreckages so Redxwings can't come and recover them.
Vehicles must maintain the pressure, no matter the cost.
Which was an actual thing that happened. Like, you know, they would like blow up vehicles and other stuff they couldn't like use in case the Germans couldn't recover it. We got another martyr there for Redxwings, withdrawing the Crusaders and calling more Crusaders. And also looks like not Matilda, is it? It's just Crusaders, isn't it? It's just more Crusaders. And you fit 440, we got 149 between 11.
We can't take the losses like this! Shoring up that infantry, close the gap!
Jaden for Redxwings remains. It's only a bit concerning here.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
And it's like he's still flooding so much map. I'm making performing assault grenadiers, panzer grenadiers, some panzerjägers, anything really, but instead
Victory
Redxwings continue to insist on floating so much manpower.
A victory point is being
Not
taken
what I
from
quite
us.
call ideal, personally. Getting the Crusader into the Marder, and the Marder tank almost got one of the Crusader tanks, but almost had it, fell short there. We got more smoke falling in by the sound against Redxwings. Canadians chanting in there, looking to exploit the chaos surge of this massive cloud of smoke deployed
We're losing grasp of a victory
by the
point.
sound of Gaib, and we see they're just Redxwings pointing there, completely disperses, falls back towards the base.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Safe to say, smoke operation may not directly do any damage, but in the right hands, it is a very powerful ability.
Territory lost.
Now the MG-34 there for Redxwings. That's going to put to level 3.
Enemy forces hold all victory points, Commandant.
And
MG-34
another
aircrew
Marder
standing
fleet.
by.
Got the Marder engaging the Crusader tank, getting off a good shot. Marder tank going in.
Territory lost. Confirmed. We have 100 points remaining.
Less than 1 points left here for Redxwings. Canadian spring forward here.
Tank destroyer standing by.
Fresh Marder at the ready. There you go, recovery half track achieving veterans here 3. That's helping with the command tanks aid to make it fairly spongy. In fact, this not really armored half pack at all is somehow more durable for something than the 250-9. Marder being charged with the Crusader tank, Crusader knocked out. Panzer Pioneers lost. That was the only Panzer Pioneers got machine lost as well here. Really getting out there for Redxwings, really getting horrid if anything. Marder knocked out. About to hit the mine. No, dodges it. Same Crusader tank that hits the mine. Canadians here, that's the command tank, the Stu D, almost got them wiped here. Crusader down, Crusader down. Almost got the Canadians. Cavalry half chicken trouble, needs assistance here for it. Needs to clear out those remaining Crusaders if possible. Now the Crusader tank here for the Sun Gaib can remove that. That of course be a huge win here for him. To remove Redxwings' ability to recover any vehicles. There you go. Can't take a squad in, but it's too late here. Imagine it called something like that sooner. And he wrecks the wreckage just in case Redxwings can't for some, you know, go for 2 of them. The absolute horror. Sir, the Germans! They've got 2 recovery vehicles on the field! Good lord! Call the Prime Minister. And there you go, even note here, even on a treaty, he's making sure to wreck the wreckages with his Crusader tanks. Again, to deny Redxwings as much as possible the ability to cover anything here. Thumbs up to this on our Gaib. Now Lisan is the one with heavy losses. This match continues to just be absolutely full of surprises here. The Redxwings, I feel like still could like just pour in more manpower and help Lisan could do as well. He'd pull in more Canadians, go for more Piats, go for some sections, something, just anything really. Command tank down. 250 half tank down. Like losses on both sides are just crazy at this point. It's like just they've both been bitten by Von Ivan or something. Just the inner base has gone completely just bonkers.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Just going hard at it. This 2D's not going to help too much here for Redxwings.
We have lost control of a victory point.
You can at least recruit those 2 machine guns if we get someone to recruit it. And Lisan just keep churning out more Crusaders. They really should go for some more infantry as well. So far seem to remain firmly opposed to that concept. Do get some Panzer Punch weapons finally. Yeah, 1 Stu down again.
We have 75 points remaining.
74 points left. The pressure is on Redxwings here in terms of victory points. And actual machines for Lisan Gaib. Instead of not more Canadians, it goes down for more sappers. Could of course also go for the crocodile, you could just go for like the demolition sappers. See, there's an argument for both here. And another recovery half-track for Redxwings. Salvaging never stops.
Ready on your work. Orders completed.
Other Crusade lining up for deep flanking against Redxwings in the north. Thumbs up, 59 to 97.
Recovery vehicle and crew
There
available.
goes sappers out. Some Crusade tank justice recovery after grabs and calls again, making sure to wreck any wreckage here. So Redxwings has no real chance of utilizing if possible.
Killed in action.
MD-54 wiped out. He's just looking for something to salvage here. He's got an addiction to feed clearly. He's about to lose the second recovery half. He's running too deep there, too aggressively. The feed is recovery there, chasing the salvage dragon. 59 to 95 here. And there we go. Lisan makes a run here for the enemy bid for himself. Another clear tank on the way there
Our
for
victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
them. Gonna look 3 Crusaders soon again. Clock is ticking. More Panzers out for Redxwings. Finally starting to expand some of that manpower a bit more actively. Thumbs up to that at least. If he just working his unit preservation, or at least, you know, see an exorcist about that von Ivanism. Flanking Crusader getting some good hits there. And got the Pit as well there. That's a pretty strong anti-tank team there for the Redxwings. The 2 anti-tank rifles and the Piat. Another mortar. Yeah, Lisan, I mean, at this point, East, I think, could get away with demolition sappers just as like flamethrowers, minesweepers, and of course, damage reduction bonus. But then just kind of go nuts all over the map.
The victory point is being taken from us.
So far, it just seems like he's indecisive. Maybe just isn't given like much of a toss. Certainly also not impossible.
Enemy forces have captured the victory point.
H2 bleeding in there. Panzer running some flank cover there for the Sturmgeschütz against the British
The
Crusader
Marder 3
Swarms.
has entered the field.
There, got another Marder 3 for Redxwings. And look at the casualties. I mean, infantry-wise, it's pretty close, but then in terms of vehicles, I mean, it's completely bonkers. I don't think I've seen a disparity in that in terms of vehicles like one we've run in a very, very long time. Almost had the clear temperatures with a few anti-tank rifles and Piats, and he gets it! He actually got it! Absolute madness.
A mechanized combat group awaits deployment.
Almost had the clear tank there. Seems like Lisan Gaib is not happy with the performance of the Piat. He's the British. Crikey, Nigel, I dare say this Piat thing seems a bit awfully powerful. Yes, it's running our vehicles, our tanks. Bloody Germans. Why don't we make it? Shut up, Terrans. Went into hard with the Marder again there. Went in way too hard. He's just thrown away another Marder there. Great for Lisan Gaib. Painful for Redxwings. More Panzerjägers. More. And this match is definitely going some strange places.
Panzerjäger, awaiting the word.
victory point.
Complaining about the PF as a threat.
What will it be?
And he's getting blasted. Another great hit there from Stu. DV got 45 and 66. And up north, swing in, they're going to the machine gun. Great northern flank of Lisan now get completely blindsiding Redwings. Wiping his machine crew, no mercy. Another Stuke D ready for Redwings. And far south, the enemy 34 team is covering the victory point against any immediate German encroachment.
Commandant, we can't fucking move!
41 versus 266. Have to retreat this Panzerjäger squad. I mean, it's the one with the Piat, and it would be a complete waste of them. Lose here. Oh dear, lost the Panzerjäger squad. Once more, the casualties are piling up here. The Crusaders are on the loose. Machine gun team as well. They're absolute devastation here out of Lisan al Gaib. The Crusaders are just nuts. Like lacking any tanks or, you know, Stuke 3Gs. It's very difficult for rebels to really deal with them. And now we got Lisan al Gaib just straight up wrecking Redwings base here with them.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Situation for Redwings is only getting worse here.
Under attack.
33 was 266. Got it, and now it's just the headquarters left here. Got the Panzer team coming in here.
38 is entering the field.
Pulling in a pack 38.
One final stand.
Imagine he'd gone for maybe one of those a bit sooner, but oh well. Crusader tank down.
Territory isolated. Our resources
Might
are
lose another
stranded.
Crusader tank here to the Panzerjägers. Almost had it there. Damn close. Another Crusader tank there for the Sun. So just, of course, keep training them out. Why not? This match just continues to be absolutely nutty there. 19 was 266. More Panzer pilots on the way there. Another Crusader tank on the way there. Right here. Redwings still swinging back in there. Quiet. So going for the Stuke's flank. Shot bounced. We got 19 as 251. Foot gas was now Gaib. Big change in between the two. And straight into man with the 250. But it can in theory repair itself while grabbing the point there. So I guess there's that for Redwings. And does fast a lot. Canadians being swarmed. You've got Panzer pilots isolated now engaged. We've got Panzerjägers and the pack right here. And another Crusader tank gets knocked out there.
250 has been destroyed.
Up north, the 250 utterly destroyed here. While Lisan al Gaib's more veteran Crusader tanks. We can actually try and just take out the base now.
Point is being taken from us.
Command tank out for Redwings and the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. Further south, Canadians putting up a desperate defense.
Panzerjäger infantry defeated.
But loses Panzerjägers. Oh, did they lose that? It's going to be just the Pack 38 and the command tank to like any chance of stopping the Crusader tanks. Oh dear.
We are losing grasp of a strategic point.
There you go, Pack 38 shoots. 19 minutes and 48. Rushing in with the Stukes.
Supply lines are cut. Territory is isolated.
19 minutes and 48. Tank down into the base here. Might just try and destroy the headquarters.
We're losing grasp of a capture
That is
point.
exactly what he might be doing. Oh, yeah. fact, I think about shooting the Panzer Punch. There he goes. He's starting to try and repair, but it might not matter too much when the other Crusader goes in. But the other Crusader is actually withdrawn away from that.
Panzer for command vehicle. Awaits assignment to the field.
Match continues to get more and more messy there. Certainly one of the less predictable matches of this match. I mean, 2 thumbs up to that. 19 minutes 247.
Panzer Pioneer standing by.
That's some quick one. The Crusader attempted to go for a 3rd one again. Redxwings wants more stabilizers, but I think the big magic question is for how long can he stabilize what little he has left, and his opponent is tamming actual tanks and just training up more tanks, plus more Canadians. His first section's already managed to hit Destiny 3 there. Definitely makes them fairly spongy, and they can, you know, capture points faster. They want to get the Crusaders down there. Maybe not. Got the Panther parties going in. 19 minutes and 36. Clock continues to tick. Through at the end, you've had 4 Canadians about to get wiped. Definitely wasted for Redxwings. Lisan going to lose them, and there you go. Loiter called in. Enemy 34 down. That's it. That means now the centre's open for Crusader tank to push instead. This may not be quite the win here that Redxwings thought in the south. Like right now, Lisan can then rush the centre and clear it out everything. I think the Triple Crusaders and a bit of infantry riding along here. Of course, whether or not Lisan will get commits to that is, of course, the subject up for potential intense debate. Command 10, they're pulling back a bit, perhaps looking to cover the flank. Maybe also start trying to grab the point here. We've got a Canadian section defending that, but that's going to be tough for the tank to grab. What with the Pied and everything. Yeah, Redxwings just kind of like waiting for the last push here. They're clearly not quite keen on just conceding. Hoping there might still be some hope of winning, perhaps. One mistake that the Sun will commit and maybe throws the match back into his chance, like, you know, end of the ring. Next, seems to be catching the Studious moves. Worst time possible here for Redxwings. As the Sun goes in hard, got 1 Stude down. Send the victory point open here. Second Stude 3D also in trouble. Never mind the headquarters. Stude down, Stude kaput. Going for the center. But there's actually a new light support company up, never mind. They actually could get knocked out here by Lisan. Many Crusaders. Worth noting, he's actually been upgunning them. And you notice that now to the Mark 3 status. Got the light support company. 250 about to get knocked. Another Pack 38 called in here.
Enemy count at 200 points.
Redxwings there fighting out for the victory points. But at this point, they can just win by destroying the headquarters.
Anti-tank crew lost.
Wouldn't that be a win? Got a bit too focused on other things. South side pushing the form, got machine gun there ready. Crusaders withdrawing. 19 was on 97. Got the command take up north, not that Canadians breaking out.
Have captured the victory point.
There you go. Smoke, incendiaries. Machine to the south forced out. 19 was on 96. 18 was on 96. 16, yeah, at this point it does very much look like the final nail in Redxwings' coffin here.
Only 10 points remain. We must
8.
resist. We do not hold any victory
5.
points. How could this happen?
2, and that's it. GG, game over. Game over. A bonkers and very non-standard match. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Have learned something from it. This is Imperial Ancient. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.